Hey guys, you made it. It's 2 o'clock. It's science time. It's going to be short. It's going to be sweet. I'm ready to get done with this week that had this crazy thing happen in the middle, and I'm sure that you feel the same. Happy Friday. Let's talk about what we are going to do today in science. Okay, so here's our peek. I have assigned to you a vocabulary read and respond. So I have linked it in your science assignment, but I figured it would be nice of me to read it to you guys and let you go through it with me. And I will do 3 of them and you will do 2 of them independently. Okay, sound good? Cool. So for our read and respond, we're going to use this text below to help us answer the question. Okay. It says soil is a mixture of minerals, organic matter, water, and air. The minerals come from bits of broken down rock. Organic matter is material that is alive or used to be alive. It includes leaves, twigs, bugs, and many microscopic or tiny organisms like bacteria and fungi. In fact, there are more microorganisms in a handful of soil than there are people on the planet. My mind is blown. Soil is needed for life to exist on Earth. It contains many nutrients that help plants grow. Then the plants provide nutrients that help animals grow and us as humans too, right? Okay, it says, which of these is not a natural part of soil? Pebbles of different sizes. Well, pebbles are natural. We find them in our nature and natural world, right? So that can't be the correct answer because I'm looking for the one that is not a natural part of soil. B, plastic bottle caps. Well, do bottle caps grow in nature? No, they don't, right? So we know that must be the one, but let's double check and make sure. C, dead worms. Yes, worms are a part of nature. We would find them in the soil naturally. That is definitely, sorry, I had to rearrange the way that I was sitting. That is definitely something we would find in soil naturally. Then plant roots. Absolutely, we would find plant roots in soil naturally. So our correct answer choice is B. Here we go. Let's go to the next one. Different environments have different types of soil. For example, forest soil is generally dark, damp, and full of humus. This type of soil is perfect for growing trees and other plants that need a lot of water. The soil near a lake often contains a lot of sand. Sandy soil is drier and lighter in color than forest soil. Plants that don't need a lot of water, like cactus and palm trees, grow well in sandy soil. Which of these best describes the difference between forest soil and sandy soil? Okay, well, let's think about forest soil, right? It says forest soil is generally dark, damp, and full of humus. Okay, then if we think about sandy soil, it says that it is drier and lighter in color than forest soil. Okay, so it says forest soil is lighter in color than sandy soil. That's not true because we literally just read that sandy soil is drier and lighter in color than forest soil, right? Now B says forest soil has less humus than sandy soil. It says full of humus right here. So that can't be the correct answer choice either. C, forest soil has more moisture than sandy soil. Well, let's think. For example, forest soil is generally dark, damp. Damp means full of moisture, right? And full of humus, whereas sandy soil is drier. Well, that one has to be correct, but let's double check. D, forest soil supports plant life, but sandy soil does not support any plants. Not true, because it says that cactus and palm trees grow well in sandy soil, right? So those are living things, those are plants. The correct answer choice is C. There we go. All right, last one I'm going to do with you guys. The next two I'm going to read to you, and you will need to pause and go put in your answers. Also, feel free to rewind this video and help guide you through if you aren't already doing that. But you can do that after we answer this one together, okay? The differences in soil from one place to place. Sorry, let me start back over. The differences in soil from place to place are caused by 5 major factors. The first 3 are climate, organisms, and the shape of the land. Climate is the usual weather in a place. Parts of climate, like temperature and moisture, affect how fast rocks break down into smaller pieces to become soil. Soil forms faster in warm, moist climates and slower in cold, dry climates. Plants, bugs, bacteria, and other organisms also help rocks break down into soil. The shape of the land also makes a difference. Soil at the bottom of a hill is usually very dark and deep. That's because gravity and water move rocks and other particles down the hill. Okay, so it says what must happen to rocks in order to become soil? Okay, well, let's think about rocks coming in soil. Okay, they become full of bacteria. Did it say anything about becoming bacteria? It says parts of climate affect how fast they break down. Soil forming faster in warm climates than cold climates, right? And that plants, bugs, and bacteria can help rocks break down into soil, but it is not like that they become full of bacteria, right? Now it says they break into small pieces. Well, let's think. So it says that rocks have to break down into smaller pieces to become soil, right? So that would be a correct answer choice, but let's make sure that that is the correct one before we select it. C says they roll to the bottom of the lake. Wait, for rocks to become soil, you're telling me that they just have to roll to the bottom of the lake? That makes no sense, right? Just because something goes to the bottom of a lake doesn't make it like something new. Right? If you dropped your keys into the lake, it wouldn't just become something different. They're still keys. All right, then it says their temperature drops to freezing. Well, actually, it says that soil forms faster in warm climates than cold. So that would not be the correct answer choice because we're looking for what needs to happen to rocks in order for them to become soil. And the correct answer choice is that they need to break up into small pieces, right? Think about it. Logically, it makes sense, right? Rocks have to break down and crumble into little small pieces in order to become soil. Okay? Cool. So I'm going to read this one for you. And after I read it and the answer choices, I want you to pause and get that done. And then same thing with the next one, okay? So it says another factor that affects how rocks become soil is the rocks themselves. Rocks are soil's parent material, or what soil is mostly made from. Different types of rocks contain different materials and materials that are often passed into the soil. For example, a soil that is made of limestone, which is a type of rock, is rich in calcium. Soil that is made from shale contains a lot of clay. Climate, organisms, landscape, and parent material each affect how soil develops. The fifth and perhaps most important factor in soil development is time. Over time, climate, organisms, landscape, and parent material all work together. Older soil has had more time to transform and develop. What is the relationship between the 5 factors of soil development? A, they all interact with one another to create soil. B, soil doesn't need any of these factors to develop. C, only time is important. The other factors don't need to be there. D, every type of soil will only be affected by one of the 5 factors. All right, and I'm going to skip this one. And And I'm going to read this one. If you need to pause, pause. If you don't need to pause, then that's cool too. Okay, here we go. The soil profile is a vertical cross section of soil. It shows all the layers of soil in order from top to bottom, from humus to bedrock. Soil scientists drill down into the ground and use spades and knives to collect soil samples. Studying and describing soil helps people decide what to use it for. Soil is used in many different ways. Of course, it is used to grow crops on a farm or trees in a forest. It's also used to purify water. It acts as a filter that catches viruses, oils, metals, and excess nutrients. Many beauty products contain clay from soil. Some organic soils, like peat, can even be used for fuel. So it says it is important to study soil because A, it is the only source of fuel on the earth. B, produces water for the plants. C, can have many helpful uses. Or D, has several distinct layers. Okay, friends, once you have that answer completed, then you are totally finished. You will submit it. I don't even know if it will say submit, unfortunately. I'm sorry. You will, I guess, confirm answer. And then once you are done with 5 out of 5, you are done with science for the day. I encourage you before you log off for the weekend, okay, that you need to make sure that you have your 80 minutes of iReady completed. Then also make sure that you have spent 20 minutes on MBRC. Unfortunately, I cannot check that for you right now because I do not feel comfortable putting everybody's names onto YouTube. So if you are wondering at the end of the day, if you are finished with MBRC, I will post an update midday for you to review, and you can see about how long you have left, okay? But it is your responsibility from here forward to make sure that you are hitting those 20 minutes every single day, okay? And I want you to know, listen, friends, today and yesterday were crazy. Some people don't even have their iPads, okay? So I want you to know that all the work that you have completed for today, I am putting into the grade book, but know that if you were a person that was affected by not having an iPad yesterday, I'm not going to count you off for not getting MBRC or iReady done. Just if you didn't have an iPad for a day, then you do 60 minutes, okay? And you do your best to get to 80, okay? But just do what you can, kind of thing. I know that things happen, and I'm not going to give you a 0 because you had no iPad. Okay, so don't sweat it. Get off the computer, go play, get your hand into some soil, go feel some soil, go play outside, go get dirty, but not too dirty. Don't come into the house dirty. Don't make mom or dad or grandpa or auntie or whoever. Don't make them mad. Don't say Miss Callahan told me to go get dirty. Okay, just go play is what I meant to say. Okay, get away from this computer screen. Go outside. Okay,